Hey, I wanted to make this. It's kind of like a rant about how mental health is looked at in America specifically, and this could be globally. I'm not sure, but for some reason, like we have to stop acting like medications are the cure to all things, or oh, just try medication, you'll be fine, or oh, you need meds, you're bad. It's all chemical imbalances, and you're just it's all in your head, and the problem is, it's like that's not true at all. It's like, sure, chemical imbalances can be a factor in it, but it's like there are environmental factors, or like what's happening in your life. There are life stressors, there's life events, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could be affecting you mentally, and you don't know it. If you're not self-aware to the point that you know what all of the shit is going on in your life that's causing you stress, if you're not aware of that, then you probably um it's probably going to be a bad time. It's probably going to be a bad time for you. Um because the problem with medications is that a lot of people have stressors in their life that they aren't aware of is doing a lot of things to them, or is triggering their anxiety or their stress levels. Everyone has a certain threshold, but the problem is medications a lot of time are lots of times are masking the actual problems that you're having. So it's like you can take them and you might feel better for a certain amount of time, but then it starts coming back. And then you might re-up it, you might up the dose, and you start feeling like shit again. And a lot of people go through that, or the medications take fucking months to work. Like, why would you want to be going through hell for straight up 5 months to 6 months before it does anything for you? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I feel like we're throwing medications out at people who have anxiety disorders or depression or whatever, thinking it's always going to help them. But what it really is doing is just making money for big pharma and stuff like that. And it's just the mental health industry is ruled by medications, and it's sad because a lot of times it's like I said, it's math. If people really wanted to, you know, get checked out, and it's like the problem with therapy as well is that it pushes medications onto you. And I know that because I went to therapy for someone who I thought I was a good fit for, well, good fit with, because I saw them a long time ago, and they basically like skimmed the surface of my issues when I was telling them what I needed help with, and they kind of brushed it off, and they just the second meeting, it was the first or second meeting. She immediately said, "Have you been on meds? Have you tried meds?" And I just said, like, I don't want meds because I know what I need. Like, I know what my issues are, and I just need some kind of support system to like help me figure some stuff out and just talk me through my feelings and stuff and my thoughts. And she didn't really care. She kind of just brushed everything off that I wanted to talk about, and then she kind of pushed me towards medication. And then, so the ironic thing is the psychiatrist that I was seeing, she was helping me out more than my actual therapist. That she would actually talk back and forth with me, and I just wanted to feel heard and understood, you know. And so eventually it got to the point where she kind of said, okay, well, let's talk about meds. And I was just like, I don't fucking want meds, really. Because I don't say it like that, because I'm not, I just don't have it in me to be like that. But eventually, I said I was getting a lot worse mentally. Like, really, really bad. And it was because I just felt like I wasn't being heard, and my issues were just being ignored by someone who I thought I could talk to about that. And so basically, I just kind of stopped feeling like I could be comfortable talking to her, talking to my therapist. So, um, what ended up happening was there's these things called crisis centers. And I'm not sure if every state has one, maybe not, I don't know. But you go to these things, right? You go to them, there's people at the counter, you tell them, you give them your information, your insurance, whatever. Then you sit down and there's a piece of paper that you write down what you're dealing with, whatever your symptoms are with anxiety or depression or whatever. And then basically what they do is a nurse comes out, they get you do your whole, spin around this like metal detector thing. Then when they get you down into this counseling place ish. It's not even like a counseling place. It's just like it's a it's a the whole place is like S proof, if you know what I mean by that. I don't want to say it, but if you know what I mean by that, it's a place where it's like off yourself proof, and basically you're there, you're talking to them, and there's a counselor that sits there. Well, first you get checked out. You get your blood pressure checked out. You get a nurse to talk to you, whatever, about some stuff. Tell them that you're not on any medications or whatever. And then basically what they do is they bring a counselor over, and then they pretty much sit there and say, "So what's going on?" And you tell them, and they write stuff down. And the problem is this: they don't really do much at all. They might say one or two things back. Like, they might try to somewhat understand, but then it's like when you do, like, you're talking to them and you're like hoping that they can understand and hear you out and talk more, but all they do is just kind of just say, well, we have someone here that you can talk to, you can make an appointment with them, or are you talking, how often are you seeing your therapist, this that. They don't do anything other than that. And it's like they don't really talk to you, they don't really try to be there for you in any way. They're just kind of there to see what's going on with you and then kind of send you off somewhere else. And it doesn't do anything. And they have these residential stay things where you go there and you stay there for a while, and you go there and you stay there for a while, and well, you can, it's like a 3 to 5 day stay. Typically what people do there, they have rooms, set up and everything. They have beds and everything's off yourself proof, and they have tables, chairs, big TVs in there, and the whole place is just kind of like, it's not comforting at all. It feels like a correctional facility mixed in with a really long, like a physical therapy waiting room kind of thing. Like, if you understand what I mean by that at all. Like, it feels like like a really watered down correctional facility mixed with a waiting room mixed with a hospital type setting. That's all it is. There's no homey as in like you feel comfortable. Like, there's like couches or things are set up nicely, or just to make you feel somewhat more comfortable. They don't have any of that. It's really just kind of blah, and it's just, I don't know how people stay there, to be honest. I mean, there was people there, but like it's just like, I don't understand, like. And when the time I went last time, the last time I went was probably about, it was last week, when it was, no, it was Saturday. I went there, and she pretty much told me that the residential stay thing is for like people who just take meds. And so I'm like, then why the hell was I there? It was, I don't know. It's just, it's like they're trying, but they're not really trying. Because there's a lot more to mental health than just chemical imbalances and medication. And, you also have to make sure you see the right kind of you also have to make sure that you see the right profession in therapy that you know that's right for you. There's therapy as a whole, and I think that people refer to therapists as pretty much everything. Like there can be psychiatrists people refer to as therapists. There could be psychologists who people refer to as therapists as well. And there's actual therapists who do certain that they diagnose and do certain things with actual disorders. And what I learned is that psychologist is what like I actually wanted to go see. Someone who can just, help you with your emotions and your feelings and stuff like that, and figure out different thought processes, and just someone to feel heard and not judged by, and so um I just wanted to I just wanted to go on that rant and say that the therapy times are I don't know why, but they're so fucked right now. It's like people are waiting like 2 times a month or once every 2 weeks or whatever, and it's like, bro, like people, like when you're in a crisis, bro, you don't have time. Like waiting a whole week can feel like a whole fucking month in your head. Honestly, it's bad. We have to stop looking at mental health the way we do. People need to be educated on it, and people that are in the mental health field and like don't really do too much, don't really care. It's kind of hard to really know what someone's going through unless you deal with it. So, um, I just want to say that like we have to start doing better things. So we have to see like what the root causes of people's issues are. Like why are you having anxiety? Like what is actually going on? Like the deep down root causes of why you're having what you're having. And when you can figure out those things, you might have a lot more luck with your anxiety. You might be able to manage it more. Yeah, I have generalized anxiety and a health anxiety as well. And sometimes it's not just in your head, or actually, it's not really. A lot of times, it's not just in your head. A lot of times, there's a lot of life stressors that come at you, and you don't know how to deal with them. And unfortunately for me, that happened all within the year and a half of having a pandemic. And therapy has kind of exposed, like this whole thing has exposed a lot to me. And it's kind of like it's a big disappointment because I felt like I was used when first went to therapy. I felt like I was used just to. Oh, actually, so when I got down, to pretty much like not knowing what to do at all, and my head was gone, I pretty much took a pill. I took a half a pill. It was a really really low dose of sertraline. I took it, and I immediately regretted it. Immediately because I knew what I needed to do, and I was just too anxious to do it. And then that was when I said, okay, I need to stop seeing it. I need to stop doing this. I need to stop seeing everybody. And it's just, yeah, it's just not good. Um, yeah, 14-minute rant. Uh, we just have to start doing better. Um, that's all. Bye.